7 Zulu. Wind 030 at 08. Visibility 10.
030 at 08. So you're 20 degrees off your runway heading, which is not a lot, and it's slightly variable. And it's 8 knots.
Altimeter 3020.
So I'm going to check. I'm going to check the crosswind component for you. Do you know how to do that?
No.
Automated weather observation.
I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to make you do this while your plane's running, but I'm going to check it for you and just tell you.
At 07.
And
wasted enough money while you're.
To northwest, 1,100 feet. Inbound will be a left base, landing 6 at Lakewood.
20.
But we 030 on the heading.
Minus 600. Automated weather observation 1618 Zulu. Wind 040 at 07. Visibility 10. Sky
What's the wind speed? 8.
Temperature 11
12 miles south, 1,000, and upwind for runway 1. Flight W.
Altimeter 3020.
Let me know when you have that.
Altitude minus 600.
Are you done with that?
Yeah, I didn't hear the wind though. Did you?
Yeah, 030 at 8, I think. We'll check it again, but I put 030 at 8 knots, runway 1, and it says the crosswind component's 2.7 knots. The headwind is 7.5. So you get one of these apps on your phone. You don't want to do it while you're airborne, obviously. Copy that.
Minus 600.
But it's a good way to check because you have a limitation in your logbook for 5 or 6 knots probably.
Right, you can show me that afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. You download the app for $4 or $5, I think. It might be $8, but it's better than buying one for.
Celsius.
Line W, 49 Yankee, Georgia pattern, 45 for 1.
3020.
All right, let's just.
Remarks.
Yep, get rid of that.
Altitude minus 600.
Yes.
Automated weather observation 1620.
Hit the wind one more time.
Wind 050 at 07.
Okay, so now it's 050, so it's a little more of a crosswind. We got a helicopter now and 3 Cessnas in the air plus the Cherokee, so
looking for the traffic.
they're all probably going to be leaving, but let's be aware.
So where do I do my
Good question. He is just completely cock-blocked the entire run-up area here. Let me...
Flight to traffic, Skyhawk 32 Hotel, turning a right downwind, runway 1, flying W.
I saw a guy do one right here yesterday because he's really... Let's move up a little. I can't see out the back window. Can you look back and see if anyone's there?
No. Back window, no.
Okay, so he really hasn't left you much room here. That's why I always say pull up a little further, leave some space.
Right.
So we can do it right here and
run up.
Hopefully.
Having doors and windows.
So he's moving, so let's go ahead and take his spot. I think you embarrassed him. I'm going to grab this and just get you over there.
You have control?
Yeah, I have the plane. I'm sorry.
Cherokee, 3 Mike Juliet. How do you read?
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
IW traffic, so 49 is entering right downwind, number 2, downwind traffic in sight.
I'm going to give this guy a spot in case he wants to come behind us. There's your run-up spot. Okay. This guy can now go behind us and he'll have plenty of room. He's just going to do his run-up there.
Skyhawk turning right base, runway 1, flying W.
Okay, parking brake set, so we're going to do... That doesn't work. Having doors and windows closed.
Mike Juliet, taking runway 1.
Controls free and correct. Fuel quantity check. Full. Mixture in. Rich. Throttle to 1700.
Traffic, Skyhawk 32 Hotel, turn final, runway 1, flying W.
Suction is green. Instrument check.
Out of the spring, jumpers away.
Ammeter check. RP check. Throttle back to idle. Throttle back 1,000 off.
Flying W 49 Yankee, base 1, flying W.
And throttle friction just. Brake released. Good.
So what about your pre-takeoff checklist? Let's just do it now, because this guy wants
Maps is
to...
required. Mixture rich, set for... Copy it is off.
Flying W traffic,
Lights,
43
nav.
Mike Juliet, right cross on runway 1, flying W.
Lights.
Yep, I would like the landing light on for this. Good,
Trim is set for takeoff.
correct.
Fuel on both.
Clear of runway 1.
Transponder 1200 altitude.
Flying W 49 Yankee, final.
I tricked you, dude, and you caught it. That's good. Just hit altitude.
Yes.
That's going to happen a lot from now on.
Right.
Or something like that. Magnets, who knows.
Yep. I'm going to note the time. And
I got
VR
the time.
55, VY is 3. Going?
I...
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, turning down.
Everything looks good to me. This guy is going, so I just wanted to give him a chance if he was going to move in front of us.
Copy that.
Because kind of looked at me like I took his spot, which I did. Okay.
Flying W radius check.
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
Bunch of fat old guys going on a
Yeah,
trip
I know.
somewhere.
I'm
That
not
was-
sure about that.
That was a sausage container there, man. No offense, but
That will get you.
what's that?
That
Plane,
PDM?
yeah. It's got 3 flat tires. So they're sitting
Oh,
on
yeah.
the rims. That thing has never moved in 10 years, I bet.
That's a shame. What a
Okay,
waste.
you can, yeah, I know. Keep, I think maybe the person is no longer alive and the family doesn't know what to do with it, who knows, or lawsuits or so. If you're set
55 and 73.
55 and 73,
Yes.
and I did my check, everything looked good. Just enough power to make the turn happen is, there you go. So, you're just waiting for the other flight school plane
Flying
to
W
go.
traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
This guy should be able to get out of here between landing.
Guy got off.
But he's on the runway.
Cherokee 41, flying W.
Man. He's doing a full performance takeoff with all that load in there.
Should have
Okay.
started down there.
Yeah, he should have started down there. But you're
Put it
not
away
getting
from
out
him.
of here.
Right.
That's okay. Good practice.
Yes.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, final, runway 1, flying W.
Do me a favor, look behind you and see if there's anyone behind us.
There is not.
Okay, good. I just don't want to be rushed. Don't want you to be rushed. But there are, actually, now there's nobody else in the...
Back to 1,000 up. Go.
So you can see, I got a little bit of parallax from this windshield. Watch your wheels, you were moving. He came in nice and high over the trees.
Right.
So you're going to be doing full stop landing. So you can come in 30, 50 feet over these trees and not be getting wheels in your
And that would be
lead.
about, what, 150 feet up?
He was at least 75 feet above the trees, which, you know, he just landed a little long.
Okay.
As long as you're not going really fast. So look down there and see where he is.
Yep.
We don't want to cross our wing over that whole line there.
Still on the runway.
They're still on?
Yes.
Still?
Letter traffic, Skyhill crossing departure into runway 1 for the hangars, flying W.
So he looks like he's getting off.
He's getting off, but he has...
So I said I was going to do a demo for you, so let me
Okay.
just get you out here.
All right.
Find W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, line up in wait 1.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, clear the exit, flying W.
That's just a little clue for him to make his clear call which he acknowledged. Okay, so we're going to get nice and lined up and just do a quick check. It says north, +5, there's +10, so that looks good. So full power. And my seat's actually a little bit back, but I'm not going to try and move it right now. I got full rudder control. Nothing on the brakes, just really light rudder control to maintain the center line. You can stay on the yoke with me here, just because I'm not doing much here. There's 60. I'm just going to gently pull back, maintain, touch the wheel brakes. And I'm just letting it weather vane into the wind. It said it was 03 or 050, but it's actually weather vaning into the opposite direction right now. So that just goes to show you it can be a little bit different. So what do we got? Positive rate, 76 or 78. I'm just going to put the nose down, have a look to make sure there's nobody coming blasting in here on a runway 19 RNAV or got confused. There's 500 feet. There's no reason you can't start your turn at 500 feet. I'm looking at the ball because I'm not on the pilot side and I got a little bit of right rudder. Probably need a little bit more for this turn. So they said there was going to be overcast or broken at like 45. So I'm just kind of eyeballing this. I'm looking back. That looks like about 90 degrees to me. What's our altitude is 850 feet. I'm just checking that nobody's coming in here on the 45 for one. Looking at the ADS-B.
49 Yankee departing 1, close pattern, flying W. 47, final runway 31, shoulder.
So it's a really nice day. We're coming up on 950. I want to be 1049. I want to lead off my power reduction there, so got it pretty good, right? Yes. I'm just going to pull this back to about 2,000 RPMs. Actually, we can go right to 17 here because we're already at altitude. I'm going to put the carb heat on. And this thing's naturally going to slow down. I'm a little bit tighter than I'd like you to be. Maybe we'd be out another 1/8 of a mile or something. Find to be traffic 738 Yankee Tango, midfield, right downwind 1. I'm already in the white arc. I didn't do anything. I'm just going to put the nose down. I'm going to trim it down for, I want to be at about 1,700 RPMs, and I want the nose trimmed down for about 250, say 300 feet per minute.
Copy that.
Carb heat's on, 1 notch flaps. Fuel's on both, mixture's full rich, we're ready to land. I'm still in the white arc. Most people would tell you not to put any more flaps in yet, but that's because if you have an engine out right here, it's a lot of drag, so you wouldn't make it to the runway. But we're still in the white arc. What's our airspeed?
Airspeed
80, right? 78?
80.
I'm just going to make a right turn here. We're at 800 feet. We never put the a notch in during the turn, so as soon as we roll out, flying to be traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, right base 1. Okay, so I'm checking the final approach course, make sure nobody's blasting in here, right? Still in the white arc. There goes my second notch. I'm not quite lined up. That water tower is a good visual reference. I'm going to take a little power out. I feel fast here. I'm going to put in a 3rd notch of flaps.
Copy that.
Find W traffic, Yankee Tango is 1 mile final, runway 1. So I went ahead and turned too soon.
Crosswind 1, flying W.
I turned way too soon. So now there's a guy on the runway. He's leaving though.
He is?
Yep. The guy on the runway is rolling, so I can't land if he's on the runway. So I got lucky. I got all my flaps in. I want to have the nose pointed down, so a lot of people are trying to fly this thing in behind the backside of the power curve. So I got the white light and red light captured. I don't even have my hand on the throttle. I should have it at least covered.
49 Yankee, downwind 1, flying W.
There's a little bit of a headwind, so I'm adding maybe 50 RPMs here.
Okay.
I believe I've got a good pitch attitude to get me all the way to the runway, and I'm getting a little bit bounced around here, but not much. I haven't seen the red or the white light change once since I turned final. I was fully stabilized. I'm just trying to get over these trees without any leaves. I'm still red and white, right?
Yes, sir.
This is where I'm taking a little bit of power out, maybe 50 or 100 at a time. I'm going to try and aim for the 3rd stripe, land on the 4th one. I'm taking a little power. I've never changed my pitch until right now. Power's coming out. There's my round out. There's the third stripe. I landed on the third stripe. That was my demo. Here we go. Flaps are up. Can you visually check for me? Carb heat's off. No. Mixture's full rich, full throttle. Check the trim wheel for me.
Yep.
I'm going to rotate. I want to get out of here in one piece.
Traffic skyline is 3 to the northeast on the 45 to left.
Trim wheel look good? Trim wheel looks good. Flying W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, touch and go, runway 1 airborne, close traffic. Your plane. You got it?
Traffic 443 Mike Juliet,
No.
right downwind, runway 1.
I actually think that was a pretty good pattern. I never get to land a plane, so. The real trick is to be stabilized, and the real trick is to try and get that red and white light when you turn final, or even on base, you want to be adjusting. We got a little bit of traffic going into South Jersey, so that's why I'm always telling you to watch.
Right.
Because that guy came across your...
Find W49 Yankee, final 1, find W.
So there's 500. It's not too soon to turn to avoid that South Jersey traffic.
Runway 8 South Jersey.
I like to turn right before or right after the power lines. I just don't want to be over top of them when I'm doing that.
Traffic Navi on 99 Hotel Crossing, approach in for runway 1.
Nice.
19. Flying W. Flying W traffic Navi on 99 Hotel, clear of the runway at on the parallel. Flying W.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit excited because we never went through the...
443 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
We never went through the top or the bottom of the glide path once we turned final.
Glad you did.
And that really just involves having your power set right and not changing the pitch.
8 South Jersey.
And there's a little bit of skill involved in that, but you seem like you got some birds out here. So you're at 1,000 feet, so let's kind of hang here until we're midfield.
Mike Juliet, final, runway 1, flying
We
W.
don't want to start a descent till we're about a beam the far end of the runway.
1431 Silver.
A little bit left, just a little bit, no rush. Just gentle control movements, unless there's a plane in front of you.
Runway 8 South Jersey.
Traffic 12 o'clock, 1 nautical mile, 500 feet below. Got him? I think this, yeah, that's him. Let's double check that. I'm upside down here. That was him. Line W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, right downwind 1. Okay, this all looks good.
Okay. Copied out.
Flying W traffic, Skylane 735 Romeo Golf is 5 to the north. We'll be entering a right downwind for 01. Flying W.
Man, I'm getting like all kinds of crazy terrain warnings.
Head over traffic, Skyhawk over Vine Field at 3200.
Coming out of my phone too. Turn all this stuff off. Yeah, I had the Garmin pilot on, sorry. So when we turn base, we always want to look out. We're not really descending much right now, so.
Silver 773, left downwind, beam the numbers 431 Silver.
Ball looks good, just make sure you got a little right rudder in. Watch your sink rate there, we're just a little bit.
Skylane is active South Jersey.
Make sure you use your rudder here and your coordinator because we're going to overshoot this a little bit possibly. And that might be an opportunity for a go around. So you're far enough out that this
Flying
isn't...
traffic 443 Mike Juliet, clear the active, flying W.
Crossman 31, Silver.
We got a little bit far out and we got low because we used up too much
W traffic,
horizontal distance
Golf is right downwind,
while we were descending.
01. Flying W.
So what you need to do here is keep your pitch attitude and add some power and fly back into the white light.
Silver 773, base 431 Silver.
Cross keys, use caution. Skyline over the field right now, 13,000
So
people.
I would add some more power because we're still descending.
Cross keys.
See what happens? You can actually hold the pitch attitude, add power, and that white light will come back on the Because we're going to need to be able to see the runway threshold before we know we're back on the glide path. Still not on yet. That's it. You got it. We're picking up a lot of air. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, so we want to be higher than that. There you go. So now you can take it back. I'm going to put the rest of your flaps in. We're in the white arc, so might take a second to slow down. I'd start taking some power. We got to push that nose down, aim for the third stripe or so. Now we got a lot of airspeed because we were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So just let it bleed off. You're doing this right. Right. Just add a touch of power and re-land it. Right rudder. There you go. Not a bad landing. I'm going to grab your flaps and take control of the plane.
Have control.
Can you check the trim wheel?
Right.
738 Yankee Tango, touch and go, 1 airborne. All right, I'm going to give you the plane back as soon as I get the wheel brakes. There you go. Your plane.
I have the plane.
Flaps are up. Mixture's full rich. Carb heat's off, right?
Yes, it is.
So you can see how really got to get perfectly set up on the downwind because we were right at the right altitude midfield.
Yes.
And all it takes is...
Flying W traffic, Skyline 5 Romeo Golf is right base, 01, Flying W.
All it takes is...
49 Yankee, 1, close pattern, Flying W.
All, yeah, I don't know what 49 Yankee's doing. All it takes is getting the power set wrong or the pitch set wrong. We're flying a little bit too far on the downwind.
Skyline 5
then the whole thing goes to crap.
The final, 01, Flying W.
So if we have the, what do you call it, the pitch attitude set right and the power set right, turning at the racetrack just past it seems like a good spot.
5,000 nautical strength, scout.
So the rest of it seemed fine though.
Flying W traffic, 5 Romeo Golf is short final, 01, Flying W.
Silver traffic, 7247, final runway 2.
You don't want to get too far out here because what'll happen now is some guy will not see you or he thinks you're going away and then he'll fly inside of you on the downwind. That's just a natural occurrence here. People, when you fly out that way, people think you're going away from the airport and they'll start flying a pattern inside of you. Now you got a very dangerous situation developing. So there's your altitude, so just level off. Pull your power back 17 or so and you'll be all set. I'm going to trim your nose down just a hair because you're still in a little bit of a climb. This looks good though.
Jumper away, 5,000 nautical spring.
Give me a 5 degrees that way, there you go.
Copy, copy, get a good and high right, base for 9, copy.
738 Yankee Tango, midfield, right downwind 1, flying W. Get that nose down. There's your visual checkpoint. So just look out here. You can see there's a. I'm gonna just give you a little bit, 2 shots of nose down trim. That's about the sight picture we're looking for. There you go. That looks way better. Now we're actually descending. So don't let it come back up. I'm gonna give you a little bit more. There you go. Another 1/8 of a turn. Now I feel like we're descending at the right rate per minute. Beautiful. Let's not overshoot the runway. It's always, if you're gonna, so now we're descending, so just a little back pressure, a little bit, and watch your ball looks good. Roll out, roll out. Let's get another notch of flaps in. We want to be slow here, or slower. I'll put the rest of your flaps in now. Yeah. Then you don't have to do anything on final. Don't let that nose. I would turn now and just make it a shallow turn, and you can make adjustments. Keep that nose pointed down a little. Looks way better. But I think you're probably only about 50 feet high right now, so no reason to do anything crazy.
You're number 1 on the PNUN.
All you have to do is push that nose down a little more. Yankee Tango's 1 mile final, runway 1, flying W. There you go. So you got the red light. So really minor adjustments are going to get you there. And I can tell you're a little more relaxed than you have. So we're descending too fast. 600 feet per minute is going to put you in the tree. So little touch of power. There you go. We don't want to hit any trees, so go for the high side. Now you can start working the power back because you know you're above these trees.
Copy.
The real trick is to find the right spot, but this looks really good. You're right on the glide path. The wind's right down the runway. I'm staying off the rudder, so I need some right rudder from you. There you go. Don't let the rudder out. Yeah, this is going to be nice. This is going to be good. Right rudder. There you go. That's perfect. Little power to get to the ground. That was nice. Okay, don't let the plane do it at once after we land, though. 738 Yankee Tango, touch and go, runway 1, airborne. Yep. Sorry. Let me get you out of here. Once the plane's on the ground,
Yankee, final 1, find W.
people think, oh, I landed, and Paul's going to take over, and that's one of the disadvantages of me doing these touch and goes.
Right.
So the next one, we're going to do a full stop, and I want you to control the plane
all the way down.
Yeah, because you think I'm going to take over every time, and that's not your fault. Okay, I'm going to give you the plane back. Flaps are up. You think I'm taking the plane every time, and you let go of everything, and then that's just a bad habit you're developing at this stage.
Right.
So let's do a full stop landing so you know that you're going to control the plane on the center line till we're slowly exiting the runway onto the taxiway. Got it?
Yep. Do that.
It's pretty common, too, after we've done 150 touch and goes, that you're thinking that as soon as we hit the ground, I'm going to let go, and Paul's going to grab the plane from me. And that's definitely my fault, so we'll do a couple full stop landings here.
Sounds good.
But I'm feeling like those were 2 good landings. Some serious horseman activity down here. These guys got some serious money invested in these horses and trailers. So you hear that engine sound? That means we're either descending or we got way too much power in, so.
Flying heavy traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, taking active runway 1, staying in the pattern, flying W.
Potsdam, Municipal Cardinal 762, turning left, base, runway 8, Potsdam.
Yeah, your patterns are looking really good. And I can tell you're not super cocky, nervous. All that over-controlling seems to have stopped, so. We're in a pretty good descent right now, so just make whatever adjustment. We have just about another 100 RPMs. RP on, and got that, right?
Yes.
You're in the white arc almost. So if you just lift the nose for a second, you'll have enough airspeed bled off to drop some flaps. There you go. Look where we are. We're flying right into our final approach, so let's come to the left. You got to look, so this is a disadvantage of having right traffic. You don't have the runway on your side, but you got to be aware of your coming in. Yeah, because this will shorten your base up so short that everything's going to be a overshoot. This looks really good, though. There's no reason this can't be a good landing from here.
Copy that.
Your power setting has somehow gotten to 15. Let's go back to 17, because let's do a turn, too, because the further out this way you come, the more horizontal ground we cover descending, and you're going to end up short. Watch your ball here. Good job. Roll out at the water tower. Get some more flaps in. Look over at the runway.
Flaps in.
Yankee Tango's right base to final runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right cross, runway 1, flying W.
All looks good, though. So my recommendation is you're going to do a full stop landing. It can be a little bit high this time.
Yes.
So if you see the red light, you can just stay a little, make it 2 white lights. So you got full flaps. You're actually pointed at the second or third stripe, which I like. So keep your pitch. If you descend too much, you can add a little power. I would add a little now. So now, we know we're going to fly right into these trees, so you got way too much. There you go. And there's a headwind, too, so that's not helping you. But you're doing the right thing. I don't want to be anywhere near these trees. As soon as you look like you're going to cross this last one, now you can start working the power back. But that's beautiful. So I'm keeping an eye on the helicopter. We won't worry about that. Just, you can land anywhere on the runway now. This is going to pretend you got no engine, you got to land. And you can use a little bit of power if you need to, maybe 100 RPM to work right rudder. So if you land that way, so just a little. So that's not a horrible student landing. I actually got on the rudders by accident. Pull it way back and brakes.
Just as that's the hold short, are you looking to get out of here? A little bit. All right, we'll hold short.
So don't get too worried about that land. That was just a bounce.
Flying W traffic, Skyhawk 49 Yankee, it's departing 1, close traffic, flying W.
Yankee Tango's clear 1.
Flying W traffic 443 Mike Juliet, right
Let's
base,
pull up
1,
2 spots. So now you do have a helicopter in your taxiway, so we'll definitely yield to him. So what's happening here is you have a headwind, about 7-knot headwind, and maybe we need more than 1,700 RPMs to fight that headwind on the way in.
Okay.
So maybe we'll try 18 on the way
Flying
in.
W traffic 443 Mike Juliet, final runway 1, flying
So what we don't, so now you got 2 guys here. So what we don't want to do is have the 1,800 on the downwind though, because that's just going to make us go way too fast. So you'll add a little power on the final approach to fight that headwind.
And the bouncing on the landing?
So if you're high, you're gonna, if you come in with too much vertical descent, you can bounce. If you come in really flat, you can bounce often. But usually the best thing to do is just add a touch of power.
Okay.
Like 50 or 100 RPMs, and just, you want the plane to move forward instead of, it only bounces because we're descending too quickly.
Okay.
And when that, even if you do the first bounce, if you add just a touch of power, it's going to start moving forward. So let's just, let's get away from this exit way because that guy's going to want to get off here, but we want to give this helicopter, 100 yards. So this is good. I would just stop here, and you've done your after landing checklist.
Yes,
how's the trim wheel look?
Set for take off.
Okay, so we'll just, he's definitely trying to get out of here. He's been waiting for a while, so we'll let him go. He'll see you sitting here, and he'll know that you have to get out of here. Let's see. So they're going to position and hold.
Flying W traffic helicopter, take in runway 1, stay in the pattern, flying W.
So you can taxi down there now, just stay clear of him.
Crosswind 1, flying W.
So they're going to turn the helicopter 90 degrees to the left. You just want to be in a position where he sees us so he knows there's somebody behind him. So I would just taxi slowly here so that the pilot sees you.
Flying W traffic 443 Mike Juliet, clear the active one.
And now he's turned and he definitely sees us. So he knows that we're here, and that'll usually cause them to expedite their departure because they're really good about sequencing. Where's that noise coming from?
Engine.
Oh, got it.
Have to make always make an adjustment. In my head, I have it set as 1,700, and then start pulling. Headwind.
No, but so there's always, the power is going to be the main thing we want to adjust, but there is a 7-knot headwind, so if that's pushing you that way,
right.
You're just you think you're going over the ground at 70 knots or 65, and you're really moving over the ground at 58 knots or something. And so I can't see the helicopter. He gone?
I can't see him either. Yumi is.
He looks like he's off the end of the runway. Can you just...
Helicopter turn left, cross runway 1, flying W.
Let's go ahead. Did you do your before takeoff checklist?
We'll take off. Flaps is mixture is rich.
I want to get you out of here because let's go. Flying W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, immediate departure 1. Good?
Yes.
I concur. Fuel's on both, mixture's full rich. Okay, let's get out of here quickly because you got to.
Final 1, flying W.
Okay.
Just roll right out there, no stopping. Full power. Let's get out of here. Got a little bit of a wind from your right to your left. Very slight crosswind. And now there's no factor. The guy behind us is 60 seconds from
50.
landing. You'll be well airborne, no worries.
5.
There you go. The only potential problem is if he decides to do a go-around for any reason, but it would be difficult for him to catch us at this airspeed. And he would just simply sidestep to the left.
Right.
And go out that way and extend his... Hopefully he'd make a radio call and we could get out of his way. All looks good though. Fall colors are beautiful, man.
Yeah, getting there.
Right?
Yes.
I didn't think it was going to happen this year, but it's really nice. I think that's my partner Gene just flew up to Ithaca, New York. I think he always does some fall foliage trip. Nothing coming in or out of South Jersey. This is a good time to make a turn.
Caution, skydivers are over the field right now, 5,000 feet or below. If you are in the area, do not ever fly across you.
Where was that?
And I took a giant chunk out of my finger while we were setting up this morning.
Flying W traffic, helicopter 98 Echo Romeo is going to sidestep on final to the east side of the runway and land in the field. Runway is clear. Flying W.
1,000 feet, settle.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, taking runway 17, time, flying W.
So it's pretty busy out here. Not horribly busy. So you already got to your pattern altitude,
right.
And we're only on the crosswind, so that's the impact of the wind on takeoff. On our departure leg, that wind gets under our wings and actually adds to our relative airspeed. Right?
Does?
Solberg 773, left crosswind 431, close traffic, Solberg.
Okay, nobody in front of you.
Front.
The helicopter said he was sidestepping. I thought he said to the left, but he maybe said right, but we'll see him.
Landing on the field?
Yeah, he's going to land in the field, which I'm assuming the field is on the right side of the runway. Looks like that's where he is. So when we land, we want to be very cognizant that there's a rotor blades there.
Left downwind for 31, Solberg.
Just a little bit. There you go. So the helicopter's just over the threshold. And he may actually be going to the left side field. Not sure. I'll keep an eye.
Watch your flaps.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right crosswind, runway 1, flying W.
So all your solo landings will be full stops, so we might as well start getting used to that.
Absolutely.
Down to the spring traffic, 1 canopy 4.5, Horizontal spring.
This is the turn where right rudder and the next turn as well is really important because we're getting low and slow and we're often doing a little bit more severe turns.
Runway 1, flying W.
I'm going to let you make the radio call too. Just say you're right base to final 1.
Flying W, Cessna 738 Yankee Tango, turn it right base to 1, flying W.
This looks really good. So we only have 10 degrees of flaps and we're not quite in the white arc, so there you go. So get some more, you got all your flaps. If you put the rest of the flaps in, you're going to notice you're going to slow down a lot here. This is where we might need a little bit more power, but there you go. I think we were going fast enough that we're getting over these trees. I would add a little power because we're going to descend into the last one, just until you know you're clear. There you go. Keep the nose pointed down. Wind is right down the runway, at least 7 knots down the runway. So you can start working the power back, 50 or 100 knots, 50 or 100 RPMs at a time. Helicopter's no factor. This looks really good. Just use a small burst of power, right rudder again though.
Flying heavy traffic.
That was a beautiful landing, man. You actually have got me convinced you understand how the rudders work now. My feet were all the way up as far as they could go. Just don't forget the right rudder. That's really important. You could lose control quickly. So let's slow down, get off here. Barbara is right there, so don't do anything unusual. I'll get your, actually, I'm going to let you say you're clear when you're actually clear.
Heavy traffic, Warrior 43 Mike Juliet, final runway 1, flying W.
Just say you're clear because we got two guys here.
Flying W traffic, 7382 Yankee Tango, clear runway 1.
Just pull up 2 plane spaces and make sure you stop right here because Barbara's right there. He wants to stop, get the plane cleaned up. That was a really good landing though. Really good landing. Do that a couple more times for me.
Throttle. Off. And fire trim wheel.
If you had put that right rudder in, that would have been a perfect landing.
I thought I put it in.
You let it out.
Yeah, I did let it out because I thought I was touching the ground.
So that's not gonna, so when you don't have it in, that's when you're gonna have a problem. And it requires more and more, so everybody thinks, oh, I'm on the ground. Just see what happens, because as soon as that wheel touches down, you're gonna find out.
Go to the left.
Yeah, but you can, you know, you'll feel that and you'll make an adjustment. That guy just did exactly what you did, so.
I just came down steep.
No, he did the exact same thing. He came down and bounced a little. This plane can take the bounce you did, no problem.
Okay.
It's when you stall it from 10 feet above the ground that, let's see if we can get a squelch going here. This is really annoying. That radio squelch even works. Yeah, that was a good landing though, man.
Helicopter left downwind, runway 1, flying W.
So on this one, don't say anything until you feel it's critical.
I didn't say, well, I said right rudder, I'm sorry.
But even up there with your airspeed and have you unless you...
I'm gonna, dude, I'm getting out in a minute, so
right there.
You better get your act together. You're not gonna have to worry about me talking to you in a minute. Did we sign your logbook and everything, by the way?
Yes, I think there was one thing. I believe we did.
No, I don't think I signed it.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't have signed it. That's all I got to do.
Yes, exactly.
So when we do get to that point, it's this airport only, no crosswind component over 5-6 knots, no passengers, no touch and go, no night flying.
Right.
There's a couple other things too. I can't remember.
Someone has a hot mic on 122.8. Check your mics.
Not me.
Flying W traffic helicopter, high, final, runway 1, simulated engine out, rapid descent. Flying W.
Was our mic on? Were you pushing on the mic?
No, not me.
So, make a radio call first.
Flying W traffic, Cessna 738 Yankee Tango, departing runway 19. Runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, helicopter in rapid descent, simulated engine out, runway 1, flying W.
Okay. Yankee Tango holding short, runway 1.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see him until I looked at the ADSB, but that's why it's good to be 45 degrees right here.
Use traffic use caution. Sky over the field right now, 13,000 feet or below. If you are in the area, do not overclock. Cross
doing auto rotations. What was I going to tell you? The last thing is it's no night, no. Oh, so during the first period of your solo, I need to be here when you're soloing. That's what I wanted to tell you. All right?
Yes.
I'm assuming you knew that, but there will be a point where after you've done enough, we can say you can just come out here and fly to Hamilton anytime you want. But we won't be there till we sign off on that. We're just going to go Tango position and hold runway 1. You can get out there and we'll
do an early turnout for you.
Okay, you're good. Go out. out there. He's gonna.
Flying W traffic, helicopter 98 Echo Romeo, left crosswind, runway 1, flying W.
Yankee Tango, immediate departure 1, flying W. Okay, everything's good. Flaps up, carb heats up, mixture full rich, fuel's on both, and we have full tanks, it looks like, or close to it.
50. Nice. Get out of here.
Roger, traffic moving 154 Bravo Zulu, now 5 to the south inbound.
Copy, you have a caravan entering a high right down for now. Copy.
Can't understand the word that woman's.
What's that?
Can't understand the word that woman is saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Caravan, high right base, or whatever she said, I don't know.
Cross keys?
Yeah, she sounds really tired. Trying to find out where my plane is. Dean said he was on his way back here. I'm surprised he's not back yet. So I got my head down. Ashley sounds like she was up late. All right. November 8207 Golf.
Flying W traffic, Warrior 43 Mike Juliet, take 9 for runway 1, and time, flying W. Sir.
About 3 miles southeast of the field, climbing through 9.2%.
All right, I'm going to make a quick run in for 5,000.
Oh, it says he already landed.
Go for it.
Crossy, caravan about to turn. High right base for 9, Crossy.
Flying W traffic, helicopter 908 Echo Romeo, high left base to high flying.
Landed
runway
10:57. What time is it right now? Wow, that was an hour ago.
How about a radio check on 122.8?
And Sober 772, turning left downwind, runway 31, Sober.
Left clear, 1228.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I never saw him land.
We see you.
Interesting.
Is overflying the field at 2,500. Like a mark.
Crossy, got a caravan 1 mile final 9, Crossy.
Aircraft landing cross keys, what runway you?
9. Crossy, caravan short final for 9, Crossy.
Okay, helicopter is just coming over the trees.
Right crossing, runway 1, flying W.
Yankee Tango right downwind 1, flying W. Man, that helicopter is doing some really aggressive. Try and fix this Welch again.
Is turning left base to runway 01 behind the helicopter. Hump up.
Keep traffic, Moni 154 Bravo Zulu, entering on 45, right downwind for runway 9. Flying W, Warrior 43 Mike Juliet, right downwind, runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, helicopters on the go, runway 1, flying W.
Line of traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, right base, runway 1.
Jumper away down to the spring, jumper away down to the spring. Traffic moving 154 Bravo Zulu. Turn to right base for runway 9, full stop cross keys.
Flying W traffic, Archer 60 week off, inbound RNAV 195 to the north. Flying W traffic. Flying W traffic, helicopters left crosswind, runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
Cross traffic,
So you're like 30 degrees to the left there.
Okay.
And when you see this video, this is great because this thing is like an indicator. I didn't say or touch anything, but we slammed that. So we'll do that one more time, but it was really significantly right, or to the left. You needed a ton of right rudder.
I felt we did, but it seemed to be pointing.
So just move your head over.
Okay.
Just move your head over and see how far off you are. And eventually your brain's going to figure out that when you're sitting there, everything looks great.
738 Yankee Tango clear, runway 1. Maps. Here's. How about the adjustments to the runway?
Well, you got the plane all the way to the runway, dude. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it was a good approach to landing. I would have liked to have been just a little higher and pointed down. Yeah, so we didn't have to, you know.
Traffic helicopter 908 Echo Romeo, high left base to high final.
Slow down just a little bit because Don's going to be giving you the
opposing traffic on the RNAV.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. There's a guy, RNAV.
60 wake off is 2 nautical miles to the north, inbound RNAV 19, circle 1, find W traffic.
So that guy knows what he's doing. He's RNAV 19. He's going to circle to land 1. So, and they have plenty of cockpit resources, it sounds like, to know what's in the pattern. But just be aware there is a guy right there coming into 19. So that's why I always tell you to look down. Because even though there's five planes doing what we're doing, this guy's coming the opposite way.
Copy.
He's just packed in a sinister approach. And John is doing these auto rotations, so he's 500 feet right there. And they're just going to cut the engine, and he'll come down right next to these happy lights probably. But he just cut the engine. He's just dropping like a rock now.
Find W traffic, Archer 608 Golf, circling, runway 1, find W traffic.
South Jersey, Cessna.
So what does circling mean?
So they come down until they get to their landing minimums, and then they break off the approach to runway 19, the GPS approach. Now they have a visual approach where they're maybe at 700 or 800 feet, and they're going to circle to land on the appropriate runway for the prevailing wind condition. So once you get below the clouds on an instrument approach, you're using the instrument approach to get to the ground or get below the cloud deck, and then you can circle to land with the appropriate one. So let's not go too far because this would happen last time. Let's stay right here until we're ready to leave because
I see. So you want to?
I want to be able to see because we really could have cut John off last time.
Okay.
So right now you have an opportunity to get out of here. The circle to land traffic is midfield. He's another 3 minutes. There he is right there.
Find W traffic, helicopters on the upline, runway 1, find W.
Flying W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, departing 1. Yeah, so we're in good shape here.
Find W traffic, helicopters turning left, crosswind, runway 1, find W.
Okay.
Hour.
Carb heat's off, mixture's full rich, flaps are 0, fuel's on both, we have plenty of fuel. Everything's green.
60 wake off is turning right base, runway 1,
50.
W traffic.
55.
Helicopter's over there, guy behind you, and there's a guy on the taxiway, and I think that's it.
South Jersey. Find W traffic, helicopters west downwind, runway 1, find W.
Find W traffic, Archer 608 Golf is final, runway 1, find W traffic.
I don't see anybody on final for South Jersey.
Do I?
What's that?
Neither do I.
And there is a guy just landing. He may do a touch and go. It sounds like a student pilot doing instrument work.
traffic, Archer 60 Golf is on the go, runway 1, flying W.
Yeah, so he's doing it touch and go.
Okay, back on the follow field is downwind runway 01.
He probably leaving also. He probably was just doing the RNAV and he'll disappear.
Donegal Spring, jumpers away, 6,500, 6,500, jumpers away.
Really good control of your airspeed and altitude and power here. Make a call that we're downwind just so this guy knows where we are. I'm going to let you make the call that we're on a right downwind.
Flying W traffic, helicopter high, final, runway 1, simulated engine out, rapid descent, flying W.
Flying W traffic, 14 Mike Juliet, holding short, helicopter, runway yours.
South Jersey, Mooney, 45 to downwind 8, looking for the...
As soon as you get a chance, just...
Flying W traffic, Yankee Tango downwind, runway 1, flying W.
South.
Yeah,
At South Jersey.
typical Sunday. Farm field operations in effect. Look over here and just make sure, there you go.
Traffic, Cessna 057 is back taxiing runway 8. We'll be off to the side for
Just be
landing.
careful, this lags a little bit.
You have some deer on the left-hand side of runway 8. Be careful coming in. 2 deer I see.
You be careful.
Yeah.
We're over here.
Flying W traffic, Archer 608 Golf is right crosswind, departing to the south. Flying W traffic.
Yeah, there are guys out bow hunting in the woods by the airport and deer coming out of the woods and fleeing.
Blame him, I'd be doing the same thing.
What's that?
I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Flying W helicopter on the go, runway 1, flying W.
Get some flaps and make a radio call.
Flying W traffic, Yankee Tango, right base for 1, flying W.
Right
Flying
base.
W traffic, Archer 608 Golf, right downwind, departing the pattern to the south. Flying W traffic.
South Jersey, Mooney base.
Yeah, we're fighting the wind. I can feel that.
Aircraft on left base for runway 8. Again, caution for the deer out at the tree line as you're coming in on runway 8.
And crossing traffic, you gotta wait. Super Cruiser, going to be holding...
I kind of like this here.
Field for the 1 Skydiver.
Just a little less pitch down. I know you're aiming where I told you, but that wind is going to impact you.
Traffic, helicopters turn left crosswind.
At 50 RPMs too, because we're going right into the trees.
South Jersey, Mooney...
A little bit more power.
Final 8,
Stay above the red line. There you go. That wind is just really pushing you. Somebody turn the lights on here. All right. Looks good. Got a little wind from your right to your left. Looks good.
Flying W traffic, helicopters west, downwind, runway 1, flying W.
Not bad. Say anything. I would have put it just a hair of right aileron in. But no skidding, no skidding.
I can hold for you guys if you want. How are you guys looking?
And you did right in front of Barbara. That's okay.
Flying W traffic, 14 Mike Juliet, taking runway 1, in the pattern, flying W.
Okay, I'll let you know when I'm 2 minutes out.
Yeah, always best to let it roll out whenever you
Flying W, Yankee Tango clear, runway 1, flying W.
pull up just a little bit more here. There you go.
Flaps, mixture full ridge, throttle to 1,000.
Yeah, if you need to let it roll out to the end, just let it roll out because
Okay.
it's only 10 seconds more. Because once you get on the brakes that hard, the skidding is inevitable.
We didn't skid though, did we?
I heard a little squeal. I don't know if it was this. It wasn't an actual skid. I just heard a little squealing. Nice. And want any emails from the management?
Left base to final, simulator now, runway.
What do you think? You want to give this a shot?
One more.
One more? Okay.
off right rudder?
Yeah, so when you put that right rudder in, the plane may drift to the right, right? So you might need a hair of... So I noticed a lot of people are always leaning like this because they think leaning their body's going to put some English on it and get them back, and it's not. It's never going to work.
Right rudder, left aileron.
Well, it all depends. But in that case, you had the right rudder in and you were landing on the right wheel. I think. Thought the wind was coming a little bit. Thought the wind was coming the other direction there. But anyway, you were landing fine. You had the right rudder in, everything was good, but when you put the right rudder in, the plane started to turn a little to the right. Yes. So just a little left, just a really small little amount of left aileron would have kept you over the center line. So on a narrower runway, you may have had one wheel in the grass.
Right.
You weren't that far over, but you were probably 5 or 6 feet off the center line, so yes. Maybe 10. So if you were at South Jersey, that could have put one wheel in the grass. So whatever you do, don't hit the fuel truck, all right? That's all I care about.
Yeah.
You want to go in the grass, we can recover. You hit the fuel truck.
So that's why you keep saying keep the right rudder in, but counter it with left aileron.
Yep, always, yeah.
I'm not countering it with left aileron, so I just figure I'm going to go to the right eventually.
Yeah, you can try it. That's before we go. So you got the 45 degrees perfect here. We can see everything. Yes. Look behind you now, see where that plane is. Somebody just landed, I think.
Yeah, a helicopter. No one behind us.
Is a helicopter still on the runway?
Yeah, technically.
And I can't tell what the heck is going on here. I saw a plane turn in final, but maybe I'm the wrong way. Yeah.
Yep.
So Mike Juliet's on downwind, so you can probably get out of here.
Line up traffic, Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
So he's just turning base. You have about 2 minutes. Or he's...
Line W traffic. Cessna Yankee Tango, departing runway 1, flying W.
So we should always watch out for deer here. So you got wind from your left to your right. So the plane's going to want to weather vane into the wind a little bit as soon as you depart.
Line up traffic, 14 Mike Juliet, final runway 1, flying W.
Traffic 5 o'clock, 1 nautical mile.
40 Quebec, turning left crosswind, runway South Jersey.
That's behind us. That makes sense.
Line up traffic, Skyhawk 9 to the hotel, 7 miles northwest and down to runway 1 at line W.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm getting out of your way.
There you go.
South Jersey traffic, Archer 40 Quebec, left downwind, runway 8, South Jersey.
Cross Keys, Yellow Super Cub, 45 to the north.
This must be really boring for you, huh?
Never. Ever.
Jersey traffic, Archer 63 uniform.
Okay, so...
Southwest, inbound.
There's somebody over here.
Over the left?
Yeah, let me lift your wing again. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's doing, man. That's just...
I go to beach for a second, Jock.
Don't know what that's all about, but that's why you always look over there. I heard him say he was inbound for landing from the south, but never would have expected him to be showing up there.
South Jersey 6, taking off 8, South Jersey.
I have no idea.
Traffic, Archer 63 uniform, now turning left downwind 8, South Jersey.
South Jersey traffic, Archer 40 Quebec, departing to the west off the downwind leg, last call, South Jersey.
Yeah, he's landed at South Jersey. I'm not sure what he was up to. That was a little bit close.
Over the field right now, 13,000 feet and below. If you are in the area, please do not reply. Cross, please.
Line up traffic, 14 Mike Juliet, clear the active, flying W.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 Golf is 11 nautical miles to the south, inbound RNAV 1, line W traffic.
So he is pretty far away. I don't know. Actually going the opposite direction. Unless I'm looking at the wrong guy here. There's a guy over Marlton. Can't be him.
Southwest traffic, White Sky High, 5 miles south of the field zone 45 to downwind for runway 9 cross east.
Make a radio call.
Traffic, Cherokee 6, crossing midfield, departing to the south, South Jersey.
Line W traffic, Yankee Tango, midfield, runway 1, line W.
Crosswind for runway 1, line W. South Jersey traffic.
Yeah, you got to say downwind though, because
South Jersey, let's go.
Traffic, Skyhawk 9 to the hotel, over flying the field at 1,800, be joining right downwind for runway 1 at Flying W after 45.
South Jersey traffic, pass line 45 for the left, downwind runway 8.
oh, this is like a circus here now. There's 11 planes in the South Jersey and Flying W pattern.
South Jersey air traffic, Archer 6-3 uniform, turning final, 08 South Jersey.
Look at the final approach course, just make sure. Traffic, 2 o'clock, 2 nautical miles, 900 feet above.
Line W traffic, Yankee Tango, turn in right base for runway 1, Flying W.
So we're actually on final now. Flying W traffic, Yankee Tango, final runway 1, full stop. Just try to be really accurate because these people may be listening, and this guy actually did the right thing. He gave a very good announcement.
Flying W traffic, arrow enter and crosswind for IW 1. Landing traffic inside, Flying W. Flying W traffic.
You're right on the glide path, that's beautiful.
Inbound RNAV 1, Flying W traffic. Traffic, traffic, line downwind, runway 8. Copy.
South Jersey traffic, Archer 6-3 uniform on the go, runway 8, South Jersey.
That was your best approach yet. I love it. Look at the windsock so you know what's going on here. Copy that.
Flying W traffic, are open field right over with 1, Flying W.
That's stupid. That well, I'm not going to curse, but.
South Jersey traffic, cast on base 8.
Power. Just a little.
1W, Skyhawk 9 Zulu hotels, right downwind, runway 1, Flying W.
Not bad. Got it down. Let's just pull back and get some brakes on without skidding. So you can use pretty good brake force. That guy that flew over, I'm sorry, that was just, there's 5 people in the pattern.
Going to do a 360, number 2 behind the arrow.
See? He just cut that guy off.
South Jersey Archer left crosswind 8, South Jersey.
So you can just pull up normally here. Yeah, he totally cut that guy off. Probably, and yeah, so this is the guy that just overflew the field. There's 3, see that guy out there? Right out there. See him over the trees?
Uh-huh.
He had to do a 360 because this guy cut him off. This guy just flew over, boom, right into the downwind at 700 feet.
Terrible.
You got to watch out for idiots like this. This guy doesn't have any ADS-B in his plane.
South Jersey traffic, Archer 6-3.
He's not listening to anyone.
8, South Jersey, touch and go.
Make sure he eventually lands here, because that guy actually, I think that plane is from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not. I see all the maroon-tailed Cherokees down here. That guy really screwed up. There was 4 or 5 planes in the pattern. He forced that guy out of the pattern.
Flying W traffic, arrow clear direct. Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, runway 1. Stay in the pattern, Flying W.
1W, Skyhawk 9 Zulu hotel, 45-degree entry, runway 1, Flying W.
Flying W traffic, Archer 60 Golf is 7 nautical miles to the south, inbound RNAV 1, Flying W traffic.
So you want me to get out, or you want to do another one? It's up to you. There's no rush. Yeah, I want you to.
How did you feel about it, though?
I think that as soon as I get out, we'll do another one. I think as soon as I get out, you're going to do a couple of these by yourself, because I'm just pretending I'm not even here. But if you want to do another one, that's fine.
How do you feel about the last landing?
I'm never 110% comfortable. But what I do know is when I'm not sitting here, you're going to get serious. You have the skills. Let's just do another one. I want you to be, I don't want to get out if you're not comfortable and really comfortable that this is working out. We don't have to do it today. There's 100 more weekends coming up. We'll let this guy go. He's the guy that got cut off.
South Jersey, Archer 63.
Actually,
uniform,
yeah, we
finally.
should let him land. He's
At this point.
Flying over traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right cross, runway 1, flying W.
that guy in the arrow.
South Jersey traffic, light support.
That was actually really dangerous what he did.
2600.
Completely unaware of what was going on here. This guy actually entered.
Archer 608 Golf, 5 nautical miles to the south, inbound RNAV 1, flying W traffic.
This guy actually made all the right calls, did everything perfectly by the book. Some other guy just comes in and blows him out of the
Flying over
pattern.
traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right downwind, runway 1, flying W.
Stop and go talk.
Say again?
You should come to a full stop and go talk to the guy.
1 W traffic, Skyhawk 9 to the hotel, short final, runway 1, touch and go, 1 W.
Let's find this RNAV traffic. He's way out here, 608 Golf.
South Jersey traffic.
Wheel brakes.
Uniform, leaving the pattern to the north.
So he's touch and go, so the RNAV traffic is still out over Medford Lakes. That's about 5 miles away. He's touch and go, so we'll roll out. I'm just going to do my check. Flaps up, carb heats off, make sure it's full rich, fuel's on both. Check the trim wheel. Make a call that we're departing on runway 1 when he, oh wait, whoa, we can't go out here yet. Said he was touch and go, but touch and go, he better go, man. That was the longest rollout on Earth.
Took him time to get flying over traffic, Yankee Tango, departing runway 1, flying W.
Flying over traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
1 W, Skyhawk 9 to the hotel, on the go, runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, Archer 608 Golf, 3 mile final, inbound RNAV 1, flying W traffic.
South Jersey traffic, light support Delta Kilo is downwind from midfield for 8.
Yeah, traffic on base at flying W. We have you in sight. We're on final behind you.
All right, I see you too.
5, 8.
Flying over traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, final runway 1, flying W.
So Zula Hotel's right there, you got him?
Copy that.
Behind my iPad, and you got a guy on the RNAV, and you got Mike Juliet in front of him, and there's a helicopter on the runway, so very busy here right now. Oh, man.
Helicopter.
Yeah, but that is not one of our helicopters. Let's just give him a little...
1 W, Skyhawk 9 to the hotels, right downwind, runway 1, go in.
Let's put our nose down and find out what his intention is, because he just...
Traffic, light support Delta Kilo is base for 8.
South Jersey traffic, sir, subject departing runway 8.
So...
You'd be a little dirty air, are you?
Just a tiny bit, I
don't know what that is.
Downwind for 8.
I'm going to keep an eye on that guy for a second. He's still over Mount Holly.
South Jersey traffic, light support Delta Kilo is final, 8.
I lost him.
Traffic, Archer 608 Golf, 1 mile final, runway 1, RNAV 1, flying W traffic.
Okay, just watch your out. Here, I'll keep an eye for the helicopter. He looks like he's turning to the north. That was a good call, because
South Jersey traffic,
never know what's coming here.
Departed runway 8, and we'll be departing straight out, South Jersey.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike
That's
Juliet,
a bird.
runway 1, flying W.
Watch the runway here.
Traffic,
This is,
Skyhawk 902.
what's that coming right at us?
Runway 1,
Just below the,
well, so that guy's in the pattern. That's
oh, okay, that's Yankee Zulu Hotel.
no.
Turning base.
I don't know where that guy came from.
Yeah.
The American Airlines jet above him, but that's not it. And there was the RNAV traffic too, which I think he's. Oh, that's Zulu Hotel you saw. I'm
Yes.
sorry. The RNAV traffic's right over the threshold. You see him?
Yes.
Traffic lights for Delta Kilo, cleared the
So the only person between you and landing is the Zulu Hotel. So just chill out about that. We are headed in to make our base short, though. There you go. So I want you to make sure, downwind, base, final. Make all 3 calls really accurately so they know where you are. That could save your life.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 Golf is on the go, runway 1, line W.
Line W traffic, Yankee Tango turning right base, runway 1, flight W.
1W, Skyhawk 902 the hotel, short final, runway 1 for a full stop at Flying W.
So he's going to be full stop. I think he'll probably have plenty of time. He'll be on the ground 30 to 60 seconds before you.
South, inbound, runway 91 or 52, right cross, right downwind for.
One thing you can do is kind of just slow yourself up here. See where Zulu Hotel is?
Yes.
If he loiters at all on the runway, you're going to be on top of him. So we can turn. Watch your ball. I would get the rest of your flaps in because after you turn, that'll help you slow down.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 Golf will be departing the pattern to the northeast. Line W traffic.
I don't want to make a radio call right now. So one thing we can do is just some S-turns. Just really gentle S-turns will give us some room between us and Zulu Hotel. Let's just hold that right there. He's going to be off the runway. If he's not, we'll do a go-around.
Copy that.
Yankee Tango is short final 1, flying W. Looks good though. Hands and feet are off the controls.
Flying W traffic, Zulu hotel's clear, Flying W.
Right down the runway. Wind. Got the whole runway to yourself.
Line W traffic, Cessna 62862, taxi to runway 1, flying W.
Now you're doing it. That was awesome. You made, yeah, don't fuck it up now. You made about 5 corrections, all correctly there. I shouldn't have touched you because as soon as I said you did a really good job, you started to lose control.
You want me to let you come out first, or?
But that was good. You didn't lose control. You were just got a little excited.
Just trying to get.
No, you did a good job there. You want to do another one and then put this away? You do another one with me, and then the next time you'll be all set.
I think that's good.
Up to you. If you want to try one by yourself right now, I'll get out. We only have 20 minutes left, so you'd probably only be doing one. One is good with me. Depends what you want to do. You want to go home and drink a beer knowing you did one, or you want to wait till next time?
Let me try one.
Okay. Let's go up here by my car.
Okay.
I'm going to get your logbook. Is it in your backpack?
Yes, it is.
Is it in the front? Front?
Back.
The back? You just...
No, I need to clean.
Say again?
Need to clean the plane.
Yep. So tell me where it is. Back here. Watch the camera cord. Is it in the front or way in the... Oh, you got it? Nobody behind.
Oh, so it's in the...
The very back?
Yes.
Like back here?
Yes. After landing flaps up.
Bottom
to the now zone. Up here. Landing lights says trim. Then for takeoff.
Just slide up a little bit here, because I'm not going to take anything with me except... Where did I put that? Right here, right?
Yes.
Flying over traffic, Warrior 14, Mike Juliet, right cross on runway 1, flying up.
Pull right up here. This one ain't going to take me. Is back. This is fine right here. Now just point over that way. I'm going to do this real quickly. Today's what? 11/7. All right, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to put your logbook in here. You got your medical and your driver's license, right?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to put it in your front, and I want to get my walkie-talkies. If I can,
Warrior 43 Mike Juliet, right downwind, runway 1, flying
so don't be afraid to do a go-around, and I'm not going to have a headset. I'm going to leave everything up here. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Don't get hurt.
Cross user caution, 2 minutes until
Crossing
skyline. Over the
quotes.
field, 13,000 feet above.
You're allowed to skid the plane if anything's
I'm
out of
gonna go
control.
right
but
out there.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Just stay cool. Stay relaxed. I'm gonna get out. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna leave everything on in here. Is there anybody behind us? Can you? All right. Good luck, man.
Good stretch.
Look at this. I'm gonna leave my headset somewhere in the back seat, so everything else will be where it should be.
Good.
South Jersey traffic, Cessna 057. We're about 3 miles to the south of South Jersey. We're going to be entering midfield for a left downwind 28, runway 6, runway 8, South Jersey. That's runway 8 at South Jersey.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W.
Yankee Tango, how do you copy?
Yankee Tango, copy.
Yankee Tango, do you copy?
Caution, skydivers will be over the field in about 30 seconds. If you are in the area, please do not overfly cross keys.
Copy, Yankee Tango.
Copy, thanks.
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, final, runway 1, flying W.
South Jersey traffic, Cessna 057. We're a mile south of the runway. We're going to be entering midfield for a left downwind, runway 8, South Jersey.
Cessna 738 Yankee Tango, are you on frequency?
Yes, I am. Perhaps. Off. At. Both.
Cross keys, skydivers over the field right now. Do not overfly the field. Cross keys.
Are you trying to reach Yankee Tango?
Flying W traffic, 43 Mike Juliet, clear the active, flying W.
Flying W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango to runway 1, flying W.
South Jersey, Cessna left base 8, South Jersey.
Here we go, baby. Airspeed's alive. At 40, 45, 50, 55. And we have Aviation.
South Jersey, Cessna, final 8, South Jersey.
Copy, traffic okay, then about 1 southwest, gonna enter right downwind for now, copy.
Oh, Bill.
South Jersey traffic, Archer 3 to the north. Going to enter 45 to downwind 8, South Jersey.
South Jersey, twin just departed 08, we'll be headed northbound, passing 600.
Copy, we have a cabin on a high, right down for 9, copy.
Good on.
South Jersey, Archer 45 to the downwind 8, South Jersey.
And the twin had the Archer.
We have you too, sir. Thank you.
Vineland, Cessna is 5 miles east inbound Vineland.
Copy, cabin in high right base 9, copy.
We're just waiting for you to do our run-up. If you want to take off, you can.
All right, you got things.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 golf is 6 nautical miles to the north, inbound RNF 1, circle 1. Line W traffic.
It's high, 1 mile final, for 9, copy.
And South Jersey, Archer 63 to form left base 8, South Jersey, full stop.
South Jersey 057 north fast taxiing to the turnoff area for runway 8.
Plan of traffic 43 Mike Juliet, active runway 1, standing by in plan of
Inbound, earning the crosswind for 2, Vineland.
Blind W traffic, 738 Yankee Tango, downwind for runway 1, blind W.
We should be clear for the left base to final 8.
South Jersey, Archer turning final 8, South Jersey. We're good. South Jersey traffic, Archer half mile final 8, South Jersey, this will be a full stop.
Our traffic, Cardinals west of the field, 2000 inbound for landing.
Blind W is 738 Yankee Tango, turning right base for 1, blind W.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 golf, 4 nautical miles to the north, inbound RNAV 19, circle right downwind 1. Line W traffic.
Line W traffic, please yield to the student pilot, solo traffic, based final 1.
Line W traffic 43 Mike Juliet, right cross on runway 1, flying.
Vineland, Cessna is downwind 2, Vineland.
And South Jersey, Archer is down and clear of 8.
Easy.
Line W traffic 43 Mike Juliet, right downwind, runway 1, flying W.
Boarding runway 8, South Jersey, staying in the traffic pattern.
Line W traffic, Archer 608 golf, 2 nautical miles to the north, inbound RNAV 1, circle 1, right downwind. Line W traffic.
That's perfect. because somebody's waiting on it.
Copy that.
Flying W traffic, Cessna 62862, departing runway 1 to the southeast, correction south-southwest, flying W.
Flying W traffic, Yankee Tango, cleared runway 1, flying W.
Flying W traffic, Archer 608 Golf, circling right downwind runway 1, flying W traffic.
Traffic, flying W traffic, order 43 Mike Juliet, right base, runway 1, flying W. Flying W traffic, order 43 Mike Juliet, final runway 1, flying W.
South Jersey, Cessna, left downwind, runway 8, South Jersey.
Flying W traffic, Archer 608 Golf is right downwind runway 1, flying W traffic.
Off.